Hi Sam. How are you today?
Hi Alex. I'm doing well, thanks. What word are we learning today?
Today, we're focusing on the word
zwar,
Zwar.
What does that mean?
It's quite interesting.
zwar,
Is often translated as indeed or certainly. It's used to emphasize a statement, usually when you're contrasting two ideas. The most common meaning is indeed.
Oh, so it's like saying that's for sure in English.
Exactly. Just be careful, it's not a direct translation of any English word, so it could be a false friend in that sense. Now, let's dive into some grammar.
zwar,
Is a conjunction, so it doesn't have gender like nouns do. But when you use it, it often comes with,
aber,
which means but.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. You might say,
ich habe zwar viel zu tun, aber ich mache eine Pause.
which means I indeed have a lot to do, but I'm taking a break.
Got it. That makes sense.
The word
Zwar,
has its roots in Middle High German. It originally meant indeed or certainly, and over time, it has maintained that emphasis in the language. It's fascinating to see how words evolve, don't you think?
Yes, it is. It's interesting how the meanings can stay similar over the years.
Let's break down.
zwar,
It's not a compound word, so we can't split it into different parts. However, if we think of it as emphasizing certainty, it's like building a strong base for what you want to express.
That's a cool way to think about it.
Speaking of building, let's look at some similar words. Since
zwar,
is often used with.
aber,
You might find these useful. For example,
aber,
means but, and you can also use,
doch,
which means however.
What about other similar conjunctions?
Good question. You can also think about
trotzdem,
meaning nevertheless, and
einerseits, andererseits.
which means on one hand, on the other hand.
Those sound useful.
Exactly. And don't forget about,
Wenigstens.
which means at least. Let's practice a bit. Imagine you're at a meeting and you want to emphasize that you agree with a point but have a different perspective. You could say,
Ich stimme zwar zu, aber.
So, I would say,
Ich stimme zwar zu, aber ich habe eine andere Meinung.
perfect. That means I indeed agree, but I have a different opinion.
nice. What's another situation?
How about when you're discussing plans with friends? You could say,
Ich möchte zwar ins Kino gehen, aber es regnet.
That means I indeed want to go to the cinema, but it's raining, right?
exactly. One more situation could be when you're explaining a difficult topic. You might say,
Das Thema ist zwar kompliziert, aber ich erkläre es euch.
Okay, so I'd say,
Das Thema ist zwar kompliziert, aber ich verstehe es.
that's great. You said I indeed understand it. Now, let's think about gender memory hints. Since
Zwar,
isn't a noun, we don't have a specific gender, but it's often used in contrastive statements. When you think about it, picture a scale balancing two ideas, one side emphasizing certainty.
that's a cool image.
In terms of usage,
zwar,
is more informal, so you can use it in conversations with friends or family. Common phrases would include I agree, indeed, or it's certainly true. Just be cautious with words like, which can be confused because they also emphasize agreement but have different uses.
I see.
Now, let's check what you've learned. What does
zwar,
mean?
It means indeed or certainly.
Good. Can you give me a sentence using
zwar,
Sure.
Ich habe zwar wenig Zeit, aber ich komme.
excellent? What's a similar word to
zwar,
Maybe.
Aber.
that's correct. How about its use with another word?
It's often used with,
Aber.
to contrast ideas.
Exactly. What's a situation where you can use
zwar,
Maybe at a meeting to express agreement but with a different opinion.
perfect? And lastly, can you remember where
zwar,
comes from?
It's from Middle High German, right?
Yes. Well done, Sam. To wrap up, today we learned about
zwar,
its meanings, grammar, and how it can be used in different contexts. Keep practicing, and you'll get even better.
Thanks, Alex. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to use.
Zwar.